falar com ela ali em cima. Dela. Ô, Vasco.
Constellation will be waiting for you.
Vamos ter que subir para outro lugar. Aqui. É isso aí, ela aqui.
You found them all, and really quickly too. I'm impressed. Did I say thank you? Because thank you. There's no way I could have done that in a reasonable amount of time all by myself. Well, not everyone would be, and I appreciate it. Thanks to your help, I was able to trace the power drain. I know where it's coming from. Unfortunately, the source is exactly where I was afraid it was. The Trade Authority. So, that's something that I'll need to deal with. That'll be fun. If you want to tag along, I certainly wouldn't complain. But if not, then this is where we part ways. And someone of your expertise deserved a little extra, I thought.
Vou ajudar, vai. Aê, fiz a primeira missão do jogo. Vamos fazer mais uma só para finalizar.
So thanks to you, we've got evidence that the Trade Authority is behind the power drain being reported down here. I don't know if you ever dealt with the Trade Authority, but Zoe is intimidating. I have to go in there, but I really don't want to. You think you'd be willing to go with me? Just make sure this doesn't go badly?
Vamos.
I don't know. I feel like I'm the one who's going to wind up in trouble. Zoe's got a way of twisting things.
Tá, eu vou te ajudar.
Thanks.
Vamos lá.
That means a lot. I can do the talking, I think. Just be ready for, well, anything.
Vamos lá. Vai, Vasco, sai da frente dela, pô. Vamos? Vou ver se ele tá mandando fazer isso, seguir ela, meu. Chega a Luísa, tá? É isso aí. Vamos. Ah tá, eu já passei por aqui.
Ever run into spacers? Scumbags and scavengers. They're like
Visit from
vultures,
Mast.
taking away the leftovers of the colony.
You'll have to remind me.
You'll find them scouring through old labs and facilities, taking whatever's not nailed down.
I'm Luisa Reyes. Well, you know that, because I've been here 3 times.
Yes, of course you are. And was it you were accusing me of with absolutely no evidence?
The power train is coming from your building, Zoe. You and I both know it.
Ixi,
Now, I
tem um
prove it.
vazamento de corrente.
I'm sorry. What?
We traced the drain. Check the grid. It led us here.
Ela tá acusando ela pelo
You can't talk
negócio da
your way
rede
out of this.
elétrica lá embaixo.
I'm going to ask you to wait here a moment. I'll be right back.
O que ela fala pra mim?
Okay, just be ready for anything. I don't know if she's going to come out of there with a gun or call in mercenaries or what. I
Te
don't want
manda
this to
bala
turn
no
out violent if
mercenário.
we can avoid it, okay? Believe me, I really, really hope I am. But I'll tell you, people in my division tell stories about Zoe. She's got a lot of influence.
Ela é folgada. Vamos resolver.
No, seriously, I really don't want that.
Tá.
Well, Miss Reyes, I apologize for not taking this matter more seriously. I assure you I will eagerly assist in getting to the bottom of this.
No, you're not weaseling out of this. We got to the bottom of it. You are the bottom.
I appreciate your enthusiasm for your work, but I do a little more research before casting aspersions.
Ixi, ela não quer aceitar que ela é
using this
culpada.
location through which to route electrical power. It is not the trade authority. I've had my suspicions for a while, and have been keeping detailed notes, which I'm happy to share with you. For now, though, what do we do next?
Wait, what?
Oh, for heaven's sake. I presume you've been assisting Miss Reyes in tracking down this little problem. Well, clearly there's
Sim,
more work
ajudei.
to be done. Why don't you continue the work you've been doing with an assurance that the trade authority will compensate you for your time? I'll coordinate things here with Miss Reyes. With Mast's access to the grid, we'll find out who did this soon enough. And why. Presumably, you're the one who's been doing the field work, so I believe you'll find there's another junction box out there in the well that needs your attention.
Okay, well, this is not how I saw this going. For the moment, let's assume this is all legitimate. I can sort out the details with Zoe. So why don't you go investigate the next junction box?
Beleza.
Maybe Zoe really is telling the truth. Does it matter? Sure seems like this is happening one way or another. I don't
It
trust
is.
her, but I'll keep an eye on her.
Beleza.
Honestly, I have no idea. I think that's actually even more concerning, and that's saying something.
Beleza. Vou procurar essa caixa aí.
There are more important things you should be doing right now, you know.
Senhora.
Welcome to the Trade Authority. If you're here on legitimate business, I would be more than happy to help you. If, however, you are here under false pretense, say, sent by one Miss Tsang of UC Distribution, then I'm afraid you'll find nothing illegitimate here to report to her. And I'd ask that you pass along my request to stop these silly games.
Pra
So,
quem você tá falando
what'll
isso?
it be? Perhaps, but I'm quite confident in my business, and I refuse to be intimidated. Please, let me know if I can assist you further. As I said, I have been aware of the issues with the power grid for a while now.
Tem
I've been
problema de
taking
gente faz um
notes,
tempo, a
and
gente vai
Miss Reyes
descobrir.
will be able to verify their authenticity. But really, do you honestly believe I'd go to this effort if I were somehow responsible? Oh, I'm not. I thought I made that clear. Someone evidently decided it was a good idea to try and frame me for whatever is going on. And would
Beleza,
very much
vamos
like
ver.
to know who that is, and why they thought they could get away with it. I admit I'm also quite curious to know what they're up to. Aren't you?
Beleza, então vamos lá. Vamos descobrir essa última caixa aí que é aqui em cima. Aqui. E tem outra escada aqui. Vamos subir. Trancado. O negócio é por onde? Ixi, é lá em cima, cara. Como que eu vou subir lá em cima? Vamos dar um jeito. A última caixa é lá em cima. Se é por aqui. Não. Guarda. Ai, dá pra subir, mano. Ah, que legal.
Is this functional? I insist that you provide updates for any suspicious activity. Is that clear?
And Zoe's here too, if you hadn't guessed. We've agreed to work together on this.
That's it, thanks. Let's just take a look here. Okay, you're going to want to head for box 45A. It should be near Apex Electronics.
You can't possibly be serious. Are you looking at the same diagram I am? 47B is obviously the next one. It's on the same level. I appreciate that you've listened to reason. The junction box should be just nearby. Adequately done. Miss Reyes and I have both noted that the next node in this trace is not on any of the current diagrams. We'll have this solved in short order.
She means it's not in the well. It's somewhere on the surface. Which technically means it's not my responsibility. Zoe, I know how to read. Ignore
Use a
her.
caixa de
Head for box
junção.
45A, okay?
However,
However, we agree that we all like to see this through. If you head topside, I'll pull up the diagrams we need.
Vamos ligar essa última caixa agora pra ver o que acontece. É essa aqui? Não, pô. Nossa, essa que tá aqui pra frente. Que ali é pra sair. A outra tem que ser lá em cima. Vamos subir. Aqui, ó. Vou ver o que eu tenho que fazer agora que eu me perdi. Desliga a caixa de junção e encontra a caixa de junção. Tem mais uma. Deixa eu ver, é isso que eu tenho que fazer aqui, que eu tô perdido.
Miss Reyes is still collecting the necessary diagrams and blueprints to accurately assess the situation. Before she returns, I'm going to make you an offer. Whatever you find at the end of this path, you bring it to me first. I'll be certain that Mast gets what it needs. But I trade in valuable information. I suspect you're going to find some. I guarantee you the Trade Authority will pay well. Consider that as you head towards the residential district. We can't pinpoint the source yet, but it's somewhere over there.
Não, eu vou ter que voltar pra cá, não é isso não. Tô perdido, a missãozinha é grande essa. Uma. Tem que ser essa aqui. Eu acho que eu tenho que desligar ela, é isso? Pra cá. Agora eu volto lá, é isso? Deixa eu tentar voltar lá na mulher. Se não tiver resolução, a gente encerra por aqui. No momento. Tentando resolver isso aqui, mas tá complicado. Cadê aquela mulher lá? Onde eles estão mesmo guardando? Aqui, ó. Vamos ver se...
The sooner you find the source of all this, the sooner.
Why exactly are you standing here instead of assisting us? That depends. If you have a ship and are willing to haul cargo, then we've got some work. We frequently post cargo. Check them out. Pleasure dealing with you.
Vou ter que fazer a missão lá. porta lá em cima. Mano, se não resolver, é saindo daqui mesmo. Vambora. Vambora que acho que a missão não é mais daqui não.
The water is quite aesthetically pleasing, or so Barrett has told me. New Atlantis relies on advanced hydroelectrics for most of its power.
Tem pra gente fazer aqui agora. Tem a missão principal, né? Depois eu faço essa missão. Vamos lá fazer a missão principal.
You see that scientist out in front of mast, staring at the trees? Sounds upset.
O distrito lá que tem que... Ah. Não, pô, não era aqui não. Cientista perto da árvore. Acho que ele tá aqui. Onde é? Pra ir. Tá. Tá, já fiz isso. Eu quero outra coisa. Desmarca essa missão. Acho que é isso que tem que fazer. Vamos logo lá pro outro lugar que ele tem que ir. Quase morri agora. Vamos pra estação, né? Vamos lá pro trem.
We may be in a United Colonies city, but Constellation is an entirely neutral entity, and always has been.
Achamos.
Here we are, the lodge. The front door should unlock if you hold up the watch that Barrett gave you. I have messaged the other members of Constellation. They will be waiting for us.
Beleza.
Captain, everyone will be in the library, just inside. If Barrett were here, he'd probably tell you that you're part of something bigger now, and he...
We appear to have a
Beleza.
visitor.
Welcome to Constellation. We have a lot to talk about. Would you care to tell us what happened to our friend? Why you're here and he isn't? Sarah Morgan, Chair of Constellation. That means anything you discussed with Barrett is my business. Now, if you would please answer my question. Very well.
Já vou
This is a
questionar, cara.
private organization dedicated to exploration. Space primarily, but also anomalies throughout the settled systems. It's inherently dangerous work, so if one of our own doesn't show up as planned, then we tend to have questions. Speaking of which, where is Barrett?
Agora eu respondo.
I see. Vasco, verify.
All statements made have been factual.
This is just typical. Barrett hands over our ship and our robot to some random employee of that discount mining outfit he uses.
Nossa, confiança, pô.
And if we hadn't insisted on installing those emergency protocols, I guarantee you this rock breaker here would be halfway to Neon.
But that didn't happen. She's here, with the artifact.
Thank you, Matteo. Now, let's focus on what's in front of us, shall we? What happened when it was extracted? Did anyone see anything? Hear anything? Interesting. Similar to Barrett's description of the
Luzes
experience,
intensas e
with
luzes
less
intensas.
embellishment.
There. Are you hearing this? Do you all believe me now?
Whether it happened or not wasn't in doubt. But honestly, Country, if you expect us to believe in fairy tales...
If this is the greatest mystery in the universe, why couldn't it be part of the ultimate mystery?
Noel.
But gentlemen, can we please focus? Noel, I think it's time we tested your theory.
Right. Let's see. We know the artifacts react to each other. The pieces we already have move when they're in close contact. Now, if we add this new one to the two we already have...
The artifact. If you could place it on the table here.
That's it. Just like the others.
And to imagine, we thought there were only two of
Tá
them.
achando que tinha mais do que um artefato?
Oh my god, that's it. They're
Ish.
reacting. Look at how it's coming together. That energy that's arcing between them, no manufactured material in the settled systems can do that. None of them. This proves that...
Easy, girl. Breathe.
Calma.
You'll have a heart attack.
She's not the only one. If they're coming together, that means there's a set.
Built by an intelligence outside the settled systems.
Still 2,000 credits for our little wager, Country?
You're on, Walter.
Well, if we had all the answers, it wouldn't be exciting. Now, would it?
Not to take away from the moment, but what are we going to do about our new friend here?
So, are you ready to get to work? See if exploration is the life you want to lead in this little universe of ours?
É.
Individually, they're just odd hunks of metal. Another oddity from the uncharted reaches of space. As to what they are, what they're building, well, you'll be part of solving that puzzle now. We're all here because we're committed to exploring space. Humanity may have settled the stars, but that doesn't mean we should stop diving into the unknown. Beyond that, you'll be expected to use your own judgment, just like the rest of us. You should take some time to get settled in. Introduce yourself to everyone. Some of our members aren't here, but you'll meet them soon. Come find me when you're ready.
Bom.
You and I are going to be doing some traveling together. Get your feet wet. And here, I think you've earned something for bringing the artifact to us. In addition to credits, why don't we set you up with a backpack with some boost capability? You'll need it out in the field anyway. Just mind your head.
Agora vai ser muito mais perigoso que bater uma cabeça. Aê!
I am at your service, Captain.
It's
Beleza.
been quieter around here ever since Vladimir went to live on the eye full time. That was intense, wasn't it? The artifacts, I mean. Sorry, this must all be a little overwhelming for you right now. I guess a lot overwhelming, now that I think about it. I'm Noelle. It's really nice to meet you. And thank you for bringing the artifact to us.
Tamo junto.
Oh, gosh. No, I mean, that's flattering, but really, we're making this up as we go. Until you arrived, we only had the two, and the vaguest sense that there was something more at work. There's still so much we don't know, and that means a lot of work ahead of us.
Beleza. Deixa eu ver. Sarah.
Well, right now, nothing's on the table. Metallurgical analysis, chemical composition. I'm looking at everything. One thing I'm really trying to improve is my overall database of xenobiology. I don't know if it will help in this case, but the more we know about, well, everything, the better off we are, right? Speaking of, if you're going to be out there looking for more artifacts, you're bound to come across some interesting specimens. Anything organic, I'd be happy to take it off your hands.
Beleza.
I can't be certain that they will, but more data points are always a good thing. I don't want to rule out anything that could provide a breakthrough. And if it sweetens the deal, I can pay. Pretty well, too. Walter's pockets may not be bottomless, but they are pretty deep. Oh, right, that. If we're approaching this rationally, I suppose we'd call them visual and auditory hallucinations. What you perceived as lights and music could be overloaded neural input, your brain's attempt to make sense of something, an energy surge, some other phenomenon.
Pode ser.
He did. At the time, well, it's Barrett. We weren't sure if he was kidding around. Clearly, he wasn't. Unfortunately, that's what a lot of people report in these situations. I'm not saying you didn't really see anything, just that it's really hard to determine after the fact. That's okay. Now that this has happened to both you and Barrett, we can know to maybe expect it in the future. Be a little more prepared. We're all in this together now, right?
Exato.
Well, Constellation's been around forever, more than 50 years now. But we only became aware of the artifacts recently. Barrett discovered the first one about 2 years ago, right under our noses. And he was the one who got this all in motion. It's a shame he isn't here to see this.
É uma pena.
Of course. There's plenty of planets out there that no one has ever set foot on, and everything we learn about them is valuable. We have a board where we post anything specific we're looking for. a type of alien flora or fauna, or
É,
a
é o que a
planet
gente
with
vai
a specific
procurar.
quality, like if it's primed to have life but doesn't yet.
Beleza.
Great, let's see what you have. Planning on sticking around then? Good. I think we can find a spot for you. And along the way, I can give you the very abbreviated tour.
I trust you're still satisfied with your choice to join Constellation, Noel?
Absolutely, Sarah. I've never
I
regretted
hope you
this.
are satisfied with the quarters available to you.
The group, Noel. Just wanted to make sure you didn't regret it.
There are days that are tough, sure. But if I
Take
weren't
note.
here, I wouldn't
Everyone
even know
here is
how
worth learning
things were
from.
designed.
Yes, even the kid.
Percepção.
Well, I suppose calling you a rock breaker
There are
may have been a
better.
bit out of line.
Ué,
Still doesn't excuse it. My frustrations lie more with Barrett, not the first time his shenanigans have jeopardized one of our ventures. Not fair of me to take it out on you, especially since it would seem he made the right call this time. So, let's start over, shall we?
Walter Stroud.
Walter Stroud, CEO of Stroud Eklund, member of Constellation,
But how
and
brief.
oft-times grumpy old man. Welcome aboard.
Tamo junto.
By the way, in addition to a place to stay, the Lodge has a wealth of modification and research equipment. Spacesuit customization, pharmaceutical manufacturing, testing alien substances, the whole thing. You can even fashion industrial pieces for large-scale projects, if you don't mind extracting a few raw resources from a nearby planet, that is. I'm a fan of self-reliance, so I encourage you to make use of the tools we have to build what you need.
Beleza, mano. Vamos ver.
We're most
Vou
well
perguntar
known for
sobre a
ship
empresa.
manufacture. No expense spared. If you want the best and can afford it, you choose Stroud Eklund. Unfortunately, our success means you'll sometimes see Stroud Eklund ship modules on less than reputable vessels. They covet them. The bastards. I've tried to convince the United Colonies we can help in that regard, but they're married to Deimos Star Yards, and those old salts are stuck in the glory days.
Vamos ver.
Up until very recently,
Não é a
I'd
minha
likely have
visão.
dismissed it as, I don't know, hallucinations. But
Pode ser que
now,
seja não, né?
I'm not sure what to think. I don't suppose you have a history of this sort of thing, do you?
No.
Yes, I imagined as much.
Hum.
Barrett expressed something
É,
similar.
então, se o Bart apresentou algo assim e eu também
I'm no
agora tô
scientist.
apresentando, então
I
isso não é
leave that
comum.
to the likes of Barrett and young Noel there. But I think we can all agree there's something unusual going on here. Frankly, this is the most exciting thing that's happened in years.
Vamos lá.
Me? Why, I'm the wallet.
The wallet.
Someone has to fund all this, and all my success in business doesn't mean much if I can't put it to good use. I don't pretend to have the daring of Ms. Morgan, or the smarts of young Mateo, but I can make sure that they have the resources they need. And, as you've now seen, those resources aren't being wasted. We're onto something big here.
Tá.
Funny thing about companies, you build one
diretor,
sturdy
né?
enough, it doesn't need you there all the time to prop it up. Stroud Eklund functions quite well on a day-to-day basis, leaving me time to devote to more esoteric pursuits.
Esoteric.
For
Tá bom.
years, I was
Aesthetic.
captivated by the writings of Constellation's founder, Sebastian Banks. I finally decided to do something more than admire from a distance, and so now I call the lodge home, as much as anywhere else.
Tá bom.
Up until very recently, I'd like... But now, I don't suppose you have...
Tá.
This, or anything else. You'll have to forgive me. I don't know you as well as the others here. If you weren't so new to the group, I might already know the answer.
É verdade, justo.
Remember, you're representing all of us out there.
Ask if you've got questions. Speak up if you have ideas. We're all here for the same reason. Are you doing okay? I'm not sure anyone really asked yet. Don't want you to think we're focused on the artifacts and nothing else. You matter too. You've done something really significant bringing that artifact here. I'm Mateo, theological scholar by trade, but now, well, an explorer like you. It's really good to have you with us.
Teólogo? Vamos ver.
Well, there was some overlap in interests. I'd spent years searching for religious relics from human history. I had made a really incredible discovery, only to lose it to a greedy corporation. So I tried to steal it back. In the process, I met Walter. Turned out he owned the corporation. After a long talk, we realized we had a lot in common, and I was invited to join Constellation.
Interessante.
I'm not gonna lie, I really wish I could have seen this for myself. It's hard to judge otherwise. Both you and Barrett saw something. I don't think that's a coincidence.
Não é?
Did it feel like it was trying to tell you something? I don't want to necessarily use the words divine revelation, but, you know, if the label fits. Not necessarily, no. It does kind of have the hallmarks of one, doesn't it? I'm certainly not going to rule it out just yet.
Tá.
That sure lines up with everything else about these artifacts. It's all connected. We're going to get to the bottom of this. We just need more data.
Aquele metal lá deve ter mais espalhados na galáxia e eu vou ter que encontrar, né?
I'm not going to lie. I really wish both you and Barrett. Did it feel like...
Deixa eu perguntar outra coisa.
It has to be, right?
É algo
All of this
importante.
is connected. We just need to figure out how and why. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. We just need more data, which means more artifacts.
Bom.
I'm not gonna lie. I really wish I could. Both you and
Mais uma pergunta
did
pra
it
ele
feel
aqui.
like... Okay, that's all right. Maybe you weren't supposed to. Maybe it'll make sense later.
Exato.
We're gonna get to the bottom of this. We just need more data, which means more artifacts. Second one was on Kazal, buried, the same as the one you found. But the first one, right under our noses for years, sitting in storage, masquerading as an oversized paperweight. Can you imagine potentially the greatest discovery in human history collecting dust?
Ah. Eu acho que eu perguntei tudo, né?
Take care of yourself.
Valeu, man.
I've occasionally had my doubts about Constellation as an investment. Lately, I find myself spending more. Goodbye.
As much as I love uncovering new questions, I wouldn't mind a few answers now and then. Stay safe,
Vamos
okay?
ver se leva pra algum lugar pra eu descansar aqui.
Captain, now that you are a member of Constellation, I am at your service. No additional protocols necessary. Also, given the likelihood that you will be out in unsettled space, it might be beneficial to go over exploration outpost development, in case you ever need to build a base for field research.
Find out if there's any truth to it.
Let me know
how.
I arrived along with many material goods purchased by the group's previous chair, Malcolm Livingstone. despite several significant system replacements and upgrades. I have been online for 43 years.
43 anos já?
My primary function has been to support and protect Barrett during his travels. I am currently unable to do so. That is as capable as I can be of missing anyone.
Ele não tem
I believe
sentimento.
Barrett would find your question amusing. My methods of achieving my primary goals are dictated solely by my programming and are not subject to the same whims as humans. Even if I wished it, I could not approach it any other way. Also, I am incapable of wishing.
Ele não tem vontades.
The exploration of an unknown planet can be a major undertaking. By building an outpost, you will be able to construct scanning equipment, resource extractors, and defenses. It is even possible to set up multiple outposts capable of manufacturing, allowing you to build advanced equipment.
Que tipo de estrutura avançada dá para construir? Como eu sei que um planeta tem recursos que eu preciso?
A planetary scan will reveal the presence of key inorganic resources, although rarer elements will be harder to find without training. And while a scan may detect the presence of life on a planet, you will have to analyze the native plants and animals yourself to know what compounds they produce. The scan booster is the most obvious, as it will enable you to detect landmarks and other points of interest from further away. Beyond that,
Starfield é muita conversa, é muito diálogo pra gente entender como que funciona as coisas
of
aqui.
various types,
É bem assim.
while fabricators enable the manufacturing. A particularly prosperous outpost may even warrant the construction of cargo links, allowing you to share resources between other outposts you have built. The blueprints you need to construct an outpost should already be on your watch. It will automatically connect to any available materials for construction in your ship's cargo.
Tá bom.
Captain, I will proceed to my assigned post.
Beleza. Encher sua tripulação. Revise e altere qualquer funções de cada membro entre naves e entre postos. Cada membro tem habilidades diferentes que melhoram essas naves entre postos. É o Vasco, pô. Beleza, gente. Vamos salvar aqui agora. Vamos dar uma olhadinha pra ver se tem mais alguma coisa aqui dentro. Que é o laboratório deles. Cara, eu não vou comer carne alienígena, né, cara? Pelo amor de Deus. Vestido alienígena, tá louco. Uma torradinha de queijo? Não, não tem nada pra poder criar aqui. Vou entrar nisso aqui, componentes e fatores básicos, tá? Eu tô querendo umas coisas aqui que eu nem sei como é que... Tô querendo pela primeira vez, então... Ah, tá. Tem uma missão aqui que era sobre isso. Não isso, é uma outra atividade. Sara quer falar comigo? Tá. As atividades. Missão. Atividades. Com o projeto de pesquisa, confira o painel de missões da Constelação. Fale com o cientista perto da árvore. Tá. Então mais um. Olha aí. Um quarto aqui. Vamos dormir um pouquinho, né? É cama de outra pessoa. Dá pra fazer um xixi, não? Dando a fuçada nessa base aqui. Ah, nossa, que dá no poço. É isso mesmo? Bom, antes de ir no poço, vamos voltar aqui. Tem um monte de missão pra fazer aqui, eu não sei nem por qual começar, gente. Eu acho que todo mundo que estiver jogando Starfield tá passando por isso. Tem muita coisa pra fazer, mas muita mesmo. Eu sinceramente ainda tô tentando dosar, escolhendo o que eu vou fazer primeiro. Daí primeiro eu tô explorando aqui esse lugar aqui onde tá os caras da Constelação, né? Que agora eu vou trabalhar pra eles. Agora o negócio é fuçar e explorar aqui, meu. Que senão você fica maluco. Eu tô procurando coisas aqui. Esse cara.
Sarah is the best possible person. Until next time.
Ah, ele que tá aqui. Legal. Olha a faxina. Esse lugar é grande, eu pensava que ele era pequeno, cara. Tem nada de pequeno no lugar. Grandão. Opa, tem um... O que não é possível? É pior que não dá para abrir mesmo. Esse cara aqui tá precisando dormir, que ele faz dormir, não dorme há tempos. Ah, que legal. É uma miniatura. Vamos dormir algumas horinhas aqui? Uma horinha. Aí eu salvou até meu jogo. Podíamos só o personagem dormindo, né? Vamos levantar, meu amigo. Vamos dar mais uma caçadinha aqui. O que tem aqui agora? Onde que é esse quarto? Baralhinha. Outra porta aqui. Vida. Vida é bom. Opa, o que tá aqui? Laboratório farmacêutico. Bandagem. Eu já fiz alguns, né?
I know everyone's excited by the artifacts, but we need to be as objective as possible and be aware of possible negative effects. See you later.
Bom, minha amiga. O lugar é grande, realmente. Muito grande.
How can I be of service, Captain?
As plantas alienígenas aqui.
Yes?
Não. Bom, pessoal, eu trouxe aqui para vocês a terceira e quarta parte aqui do Starfield. Espero que vocês tenham gostado. Bom, é muita coisa para fazer. Você realmente se perde no jogo. E isso é normal. Para acho que está começando, é extremamente comum acontecer isso. Mas vamos seguindo aí, vamos conhecendo a história, que é um jogo rico em história, muitos documentos. Uma coisa que falam, não seja ganancioso no jogo, porque peso te atrapalha no jogo. Então, vamos, para quem tá jogando Starfield aí, vamos levar esse aviso aí para quando for jogar, né? Mas, obrigado a todos aí. Espero que você tenha gostado do conteúdo. Curta, comenta, compartilha aí. Até o próximo vídeo, gente. Valeu! E aqui vai estar a playlist para vocês assistirem os outros vídeos que eu fiz. Obrigadão, gente.